A federal judge is putting conditions on some pardoned January 6 defendants, and Donald Trump's Justice Department is pushing back. Yesterday, Judge Ahmed Mehta said several defendants, including Oath Keepers leader Stuart Rhodes, could not enter the U.S. Capitol or even set foot in parts of Washington, D.C. without prior permission. Shortly after, to no one's surprise, the Justice Department asked for that order to be dismissed, arguing that the defendants should not face restrictions since their sentences have been commuted. Former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn joins us at the table.
So, Harry, I know I can't even begin to put words on this event of this week. I've watched you and your fellow officers sort of talk through this week. And I know it's very difficult because this is perhaps one of the most offensive, disgusting, and in my view, un-American things an American president can do is to embrace the insurrectionists the way he has and to give them carte blanche by saying, not only are you free to go, but, you know, just come on up here to the Capitol anytime. You've got members of Congress already now preparing to invite them. You have Judge Amy Berman Jackson writing this. Those valiant officers who fulfilled their oaths to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, they are the patriots. Patriotism is loyalty to country and loyalty to the Constitution, not loyalty to a single head of state. I just want, and I know you've talked about this week, but just now you're a week into your 4 or 5 days and it's happened. How are you digesting this? How are you seeing this moment? And what is it saying? What is it saying to the men and women who are currently serving in this building?
I'm glad that you aren't able to put into words what's happening. Nobody should be able to wrap their heads around what's happening because that normalizes what's happening. Under no circumstances should we let this be normal, move on from it. Move on, like a lot of Republicans are suggesting, hey, let's move on from it. Also, it's kind of weird. They say they want to move on from it, but Mike Johnson just announced the formation of another January 6th committee to investigate it. I'm glad that he is. Good. Keep on investigating it and show America how bad Donald Trump really was with this. But what it says about the pardons, I mean, it's what we've been saying from day one. It's a slap in the face to the officers. Those officers are the real patriots, are the real heroes. Like the judge said, those are the people that are patriots, the people that honor their oath to this country, that to the Constitution, that are faithful to that and not an individual. Donald Trump told us, he told the world, stand for the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. And that's exactly what they're doing. He's keeping them on standby in case he needs them again.
The leader of the the former leader of the Proud Boys, who says it is now not proper to call him an ex-Proud Boy, which means he has rejoined the organization. Enrique Tarrio, he is seeking revenge after being pardoned by Trump for his January 6th conviction. Listen, I want to play for folks what he had to say. Listen to this.
There is absolutely nothing I will apologize for because I did nothing wrong. The Proud Boys did nothing wrong, and American patriots did nothing wrong. We are currently assessing our options on not only who to sue, because there's a lot of people to sue. I want accountability.
When you hear Enrique Tarrio say that they are assessing their options, and I think he put an who to sue in there because that legal ramifications, but the Proud Boys are not known for seeking lawsuits. Yeah. What do you feel when you hear that?
You know, I don't like to give people like that attention. America saw him for what he is. I mean, whatever Donald Trump did, I mean, he's a convicted felon, and his charges, his crime, what he did will go down in American history. And, you know, those are the type of people we keep giving attention to. They keep on just nagging in the back and just put it plainly, forget him. the hell with him. It's time to move on
I
from
guess
him.
I asked,
I get what you're saying.
concerned for your safety or other former Capitol Police officers, law enforcement?
I'm not naive. Like, they've already shown what they're capable of doing. So to say, like, oh, I'm not worried about that's not true at all. Everybody's concerned and should be worried. You know, I've taken proper precautions and things like that. But Christopher Wray described those individuals as domestic terrorists. Terrorists' goal is to make people live in fear. If we succumb to live in fear, then they win. And I refuse to let them win. But like, at the same time, I'm not naive that they are capable of doing crazy, unthinkable things. They've already shown that. But if they're looking for fear, then they won't get it from me.
So I want to play for you a little bit of Donald Trump's thinking, musing on what he did and the impact it has on those rioters who assaulted police officers. This is him on Tuesday with Peter Alexander. Let's take a listen.
You would agree that it's never acceptable to assault a police officer.
Sure.
Right? So then if I can, among those you pardoned, DJ Rodriguez, he drove a stun gun into the neck of a D.C. police officer who was abducted by the mob that day. He later confessed on video to the FBI and pleaded guilty for his crimes. Why does he deserve a pardon?
Well, I don't know. Was it a pardon? Because we're looking at commutes and we're looking at pardons. Okay, well, we'll take a look at everything. But I can say this. Murderers today are not even charged.
So we'll let everybody go, and then we'll look to see which one of them are violent offenders, and then do what, Donald Trump? You're going to put them back in custody? You're going to put Enrique Tarrio back in jail? You know, what are you going to do? So that tells you, to your point, a lot about how you have to be vigilant in this process, because there is no real process. This is just all retribution. And this is all aggrandizement with insurrectionists that he fomented and sent to the Capitol. When you hear the president say, oh, well, yeah, we'll take a look at the bad guys, the worst of the offenders, now that we've released them all. Where do you go with this?
That should have been his answer before he did releasing everybody.
Right.
You're supposed to look into it before you make a decision.
But they did. Did you love that? When they looked into it, what did he say? The staff was like, oh, it's just way too many. So what did he say?
So we're just going to pardon
everybody. He just said, F it, pardon them all.
And you know what? That's how Donald Trump, not just with January 6th, that's how he's going to govern and run the country. He'll make a decision and then make an excuse for why he did what he did later. He's impulsive. He doesn't think about the ramifications of his actions and the things that he says. And, you know, it blows my mind that people are shocked about this. And we're oh, my gosh, I can't believe he did it. What do you mean you can't believe he did it? He said he was going to do it. He said he was going to do it. So those people that are shocked, where were you? Have you not been paying attention? I mean, those are the people that I get so angry and frustrated with. Donald Trump, yeah, my anger for him is where it is. But these people, I believe, who think are supposed to know better, who are supposed to be paying attention, like the Senator Tom Tillis and other senators, and they're coming out with their statements like, oh, that's why did you say that was unacceptable before he did it? The Fraternal Order of Police. Why didn't y'all say this is unacceptable before he did it? Why do you have to wait? You endorsed him. He said he was going to do this from day one. So that means you weren't paying attention.
That's the part, the Fraternal Order of Police right now.
Oof. I will just note, as we let you go, that Amy Berman Jackson, again, we just going to keep repeating her words. It would dishonor those valiant officers who fulfilled their oaths to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. They are the patriots. Patriotism is loyal to country and loyalty to the Constitution, not loyalty to a single head of state. You are a patriot, my friend.
Thank you.
Harry Dunn, thank you.
Thank you.